A lot of people really in Austin don't know about the Christi Center. I didn't. Well, who wants to focus on a place where you go if you lose somebody? Nobody.
I lost my dad when I was 9.
My sister, who had just lost her husband.
My mother had been
My
raped.
son got shot 2 times in the
The
chest.
son had been murdered.
She had a stroke and was in a nursing home from that
But I
point on.
lost my husband 3 years prior to
She had been
that.
left there to bleed to death.
I lost my little brother.
She was killed October 26 of 1985.
Christy proposed a toast to us, and she said, "I hope I can meet somebody to love me the way Don." Loves my the way Don loves my mother. I literally wanted to die because I didn't know how to go on living. I just remember I was just crying so much. I could never really get dressed during the day, couldn't eat, didn't want to eat.
I know something I think is going to take you to the next level and help you through this.
If we can't do this for ourselves, we're going to do it for the love of Christi. So it is in helping others that we're able to do what we do.
They dedicated their lives to keeping the love they had for Christi alive by helping others to deal with the loss of loved ones, regardless of the circumstance.
We do what we can by helping the brokenhearted.
The grief is part of the human experience, and you have to learn how to sort of simulate it.
Grief is an emotion that, while it's universal, it's not to be minimized, and it affects everyone differently. And the important thing is to seek support and to be aware of what a normal grief process might look like.
You can what if yourself forever when your child gets killed, and you'll kill yourself if you what if yourself.
You can't heal until you're at the right place mentally.
And it always helped us when we got with other people, other families, other parents, other even children.
But I don't know where we would be if didn't reach out, didn't allow people to get close.
Grief is a mental health issue.
We feel like that people in grief are like zebras in a herd of horses, except the horses don't see our stripes. They think that we're horses, and zebras really need to get with other zebras because our issues are different. The way we look at the world, things that are going on for us are different.
So it's nice to talk to people that are having the same physical, emotional symptoms and know that I'm not crazy.
And once you're a zebra, you don't think you can go back to being a horse again.
And it's just a horrible thing to go through, just horrible.
There are people out there who are compassionate, that do care.
People come in here and they're embraced. They feel total love and unconditional love and acceptance. And they feel a sense of relief that people get it here.
When you can touch somebody else, emotionally and physically, that's, I think, as good as it can get in terms of the human capacity to help other humans with grief. And that's really what we're about.
My first day here as an intern, we did the heart circle. What we do is we take this little glass heart and we go around a circle and we say our name and who we're here for the love of.
And the first night I couldn't even talk. I was crying so hard I couldn't even say my name, my son's name.
And what that heart circle is about is knowing that there are that many people here to support you and that understand what you're going through.
And I remember passing the heart and then everybody coming up and hugging me, and I thought, this is an okay place. Everybody's hugging me.
That's what keeps me here, is being able to see that you can heal after the most devastating thing you could possibly go through. So it's a really beautiful thing.
If you want to see unconditional love at work, and it's right here.
And Susan and Don have created this incredible organization that has sophisticated clinical services.
We have about 21 meetings a month. We have meetings every Monday night for adults.
We offer a mother's group.
Being a mother is just what I'm made to be, and I still am a mother. And so it was really focused on motherhood and what grief is like as a mother.
We offer a father's group. We offer kids group. We offer suicide groups.
We have groups for crime victims.
I think the majority of individuals in there, their loved one was murdered.
We wanted to see changes made. We wanted to see life in prison without parole. We wanted to see, life, meaning life, not 15 years.
Kathy, the leader, is very knowledgeable of the criminal justice system. She also goes to trials with us, hearings. She attended almost every single meeting that we had.
We have Kids Who Care program, children ages 5 to 12.
We have a teen program that's for kids ages 12 to 18. Seeing kids who had had loss, being able to connect with other kids was so powerful to me. And it's really about them connecting and finding ways to express their emotions and kind of learn how to find that new normal and that peace that's been rocked since they lost their loved one.
We have a group for anyone who's had a loss.
What the Christi Center does that is so amazing is the men can be in a group and understand manly things in grief and talk about it and get to a point. The women can do the same thing.
We also have another group for spouses called Moving On. These are for people who are farther down the road in their grief.
One aspect of the grief of the loss of a spouse that's unique to them is that people often suffer the loss of a sense of purpose and meaning in their life. And that's where being able to have not just a grief support group, but one that's specifically geared towards that specific loss is very helpful.
We have a satellite in Georgetown, and that group is really growing as well. Don does the men's retreats, and I do the moms or the loss of a parent or a sibling, other friend. We do those in Ruidoso, New Mexico, at a place that we purchased 2 weeks before Christy was killed. So we named it Almost Heaven. And it's a nice place for people just to get away and to spend more time together other than just a regular meeting.
You know, that we can take the kids to the mini horse farm and they get to play around with the horses and connect to each other and have smiles on their faces, even though they're with other kids who have had loss too, and they're like, oh, it's okay to smile because Jenny's smiling and Jimmy's smiling. It's okay. Being able to get together off-site and be reminded that they can have fun even though they had this devastating loss is huge.
We also do retreats out on Lake Buchanan at Charlie's place. And this place, beautiful place, was named after a couple who lost their son, Charlie. We also do a lot of panel presentations for schools, churches, law enforcement agencies. So we do a lot of networking with other organizations. We do support groups in the schools or when there's a crisis call.
This semester, through all of our wonderful interns, we were able to offer 8 different groups in 7 different schools. And being able to go out into the school and provide that service on site for those kids is amazing.
I literally had a young Marine who came by here to see me a couple years ago. His mother died of cancer, and it was very hard for him to talk about it to his friends and outside of school. And he said, "You are the reason I graduated, because I was able to talk about my pain in a safe place. And everything I learned in that group, I teach my Marines now." He said, "And I still have to be a good boy because Mom is still watching." We're all here to help one another. It's part of the family. We do an annual remembrance service at St. Edward's University, and this gives people a chance to come together during the holidays to honor and remember their loved ones. And we have a guest speaker and a very nice program. Randy and Patricia sing, and we might have some of the kids from the kids program speak. And I usually have a wonderful speaker every year. And then we end with a candle lighting. So it's very, very moving. We also do a beautiful memorial tree grove dedication. We started off planting trees down on Town Lake, which is now Lady Bird Lake. I think we've planted over 650 some trees there. And now we're out in Round Rock. And so people can plant a tree for their loved one. And it's a living memorial. The trees will live on after we're gone. And so it's a beautiful way to honor and remember them.
If there are medical costs involved, property destruction, whatever it is, it is an associated financial burden that hits you unexpectedly. And so the first thing that comes to your mind is, what is this going to cost me? What is this going to cost me?
Because we don't charge fees. We always believe that people who need our help have already paid too high of a price.
It's free. You just walk in the door, you get the services. and you can come for as long as you want.
The Christi Center tries to provide those services to everyone that walks in the door, regardless of race, color, or economic status, and they do it very well.
So we've kind of used what Mother Teresa with her work to help have the community help raise the funds that you need to sustain you. We've gone from donated office space in the beginning.
I basically said, what do you need? And they said, well, free office space for starters. I said, done deal, you've got it.
To where we started paying rent. We were blessed to buy this property and to build all that you have seen here, and including also having a satellite office up in Georgetown. So the community has met us well.
Donor came to us and said, I want to give you guys an expansion to your building. That was huge because it allowed us to expand to accommodate more people in need.
They approached us about wanting to help, and so we were blessed not only with their gifts but with other contributed gifts that were given along with it to build this new building and to renovate all of the other property as well. And we're totally debt-free. We don't have any money, but we're totally debt-free.
Well, we couldn't do what we do without our volunteers. Last year, we had 110 volunteers give 9,222 hours of support to the Christi Center, which is amazing. That's the equivalent of 5 full-time employees. I think it's a powerful testimony to the work that we do and to the heart connections that we're able to build here. People go through services at the Christi Center, and when they do adjust to that new life after loss, they look for a way to give back to others who are traveling the grief journey behind them.
Look at us, it's been over 20 years. And we still are connected.
We essentially have more volunteers than we do staff, and they are really at the heart of everything we do.
They can stuff envelopes, they can answer phones, they can maintain the healing garden, they can paint, they can do spreadsheets, they can make phone calls.
The gratifying thing is that there's always a way to connect with someone else and be supportive of someone else here at the center. And actually, a lot of our volunteers have a really good time while they're doing it. They find that they connect socially, outside of groups, and it's a chance to kind of build relationships with people outside of the structure of groups, and relationships are what we're all about here. So,
the important thing about the Christi Center is that it's an organization that provides services in a way that people find very comfortable. They offer them in a way that is both sensitive yet helpful, and they do it in a way that is effective, and as Suzanne has said, here we are 25 years later and it's sustainable. So their model works.
Our board has been very good to us. We have 100% participation with our board.
In order to carry on and to do what we do, we want to make sure that we do have the funds to pay for our day-to-day operations, and to have a staff, a good staff, and those who have their hearts in the work, which we do have. So we, somebody said from a foundation, they came to see us, they said, I don't think people in this community have any idea of the work that's done here. And this gentleman said, people get a bang for their buck here.
The only organization in town that offers free, peer-based services with the level of professional training that our peer leaders are going to have. I think we'll be able to lead groups for people on a much more sophisticated level than any of your peer-based activities in towns, and we'll still be able to provide them for free because we've got the backing, we've got the support from our members as well as other donors and government agencies who are providing us, who believe in us. And I think we're going to take it to the next level in terms of the quality of groups that we can provide for people in grief. That's why I think you should give to us.
People live in fear, and we say fear stands for false events appearing real. But if they're able to talk about it and find that comfort level, then they're able to help educate their friends about what works for them.
Once you get there, it's such a warm place. There's always somebody reaching out, hugging you, taking care of you.
This is a good thing. I am so happy Susan and Don Cox showed up at my door.
I'm just really blessed to live in this community and have as many compassionate people to help with all the tragedies that we all have to deal with.
It's that experience and walking the journey. And that's what we do here. We never give up on each other. Don never gave up on me.
Well, and I think you can't control the tragedies that come to you, but you can have some say in how you respond to them.
Members who've been here for a long time are benefited by being able to share that hope, and that's very critical.
And now I'm trying to pay it forward, because when new people come, I say, oh, let me tell you about myself, because it helps people.
You raise them up, you give them hope, you give them the courage to carry forward, to do it for the love of their loved one.
I don't think I'm as proud of anything as I am of what Susan and Don have accomplished these past 25 years.
And I remember for me, there's just this event that just happened, and it was like a light switch went off, and I was finally on the other side, and I heard the birds singing again. And I thought to myself, I have not heard birds singing for a year. How can this be possible?
When you reach out and help somebody else, when you're at that point in your life, it makes you feel good to know that you were able to raise somebody else up, like on eagle's wings.
The peer support, the connection with others who know where you've been, that make the Christi Center so special.
I think one of the things that the center is really great at, it helps people really recognize the need to experience that grief and how to pass through it.
At the Christi Center, the door is always open. And
I can't think of a higher calling, or I can't think of an organization that has done so much for so many.
Our services are open-ended. You can come anytime, and you can come for as long as you want. And we know that the grief recovery process happens on your time frame and not ours. So we're always here for you after a loss. You can come 3 months from now, you can come 5 years from now. Whenever you're ready, the Christi Center will be here for you. We're always here after a loss.
Always.
The Christi Center is always here for you.
Christi Center is always going to be here for you. I mean that always.
Always.
That we will always be here for you. Always.